If you've ever ordered a top online and by the time you try it on at home, you are frustrated because it just doesn't look as good as you thought it would, and you end up feeling a little bit worse about your body than you needed to. Let me just tell you right here, the problem is not you. You haven't figured out the styles that are going to emphasize the goddess that you are versus the styles that are going to de-emphasize it or make it look bad. And that's not your fault. Nobody has really sat you down and explained it to you. That's why I'm here and I'm going to do that for you. In this video, I'm going to break it down so that every time you shop for tops, you have a checklist what to look for and you never end up having a fail moment. So simply put, the clothes you wear create visual lines in your body. Vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, and lines that split your body. And the moment you realize how these lines can actually work in your favor, you've cracked the code. I am Cherry and I'm a fashion stylist, and I'm going to share with you 4 tips that I always keep in mind while shopping for tops either online or offline, and I never seem to have a fail moment. I want to add at this point that none of this is written in stone and you're most definitely allowed to wear what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, we're looking to feel happy in what we wear. And if a top makes you feel happy, that's going to show, and that's 100 times more important than any of these guidelines that I'm going to share with you. But in case you're looking for guidelines to guide you, this video is going to do that. So you have neckline, you have sleeves, you have the silhouette of the top, and you have print and pattern of the top. You don't really need all 4 of them to be perfect, but even if 3 out of 4 are ticked in your checklist, you can be rest assured that the top is going to work for you. Vertical lines basically elongate, whereas horizontal lines increase the breadth. So necklines can create vertical lines in your body. So you can opt for V-neck, you can opt for halter neck, square neckline, sweetheart neckline. These create vertical lines. If you don't have very broad shoulders, most definitely go for your boat necks and your off shoulders. But because I feel like my shoulders are relatively broad, I do not tend to go for those styles because they end up adding more width to my frame. So if you have a shorter torso, make sure to use vertical lines to your advantage and try to avoid horizontal lines. Next, we have sleeves. So sleeves might seem very trivial when it comes to shopping for a fuller bust, because how do sleeves have an effect, right? But no, sleeves create lines. So if you're wearing a sleeveless, it creates vertical line. If you're wearing a halter, it creates this diagonal line and it emphasizes your shoulders. It takes away from the bust. As much as it might seem counterintuitive, it actually takes away from the bust. But if you're conscious of your arms and you do want to wear sleeves, try to avoid sleeves that end around your bust level. It basically brings all the attention to this area and it makes it look heavier than it needs to. So what I tend to do is when I'm wearing sleeves, I like to go for a sleeve that kind of ends here. What that tends to do is when I'm standing, it brings the line of vision to my waist instead of my bust. That's overall a more flattering look. So just off the bat, I'm going to tell you my list of sleeves that do look very flattering on a fuller bust. Full sleeves look very good because it takes your line of vision to the smallest part of your arm, and if it grazes a little bit over your wrist, it actually makes your arms look much longer than they are. So if you have a shorter torso, you could go for long sleeves. It adds length to your body. You can go for sleeveless. You can go for 3/4. I usually tend to avoid cap sleeves. Just cut off my arm in its widest part, and that emphasizes the attention to the widest part of my arm, which is so not a vibe. And that's one of the reasons that you feel like your arms are heavy or you're looking very top heavy. The guideline is to basically avoid volume and fluff to this part of the body. You want to avoid excess fabric, anything that makes the top look larger than it essentially is. So in that sense, you could also possibly avoid puff sleeves because this adds volume over here and tends to add weight to this area. Avoid drama over here, avoid necklines that have ruffles over here. It just adds more volume to a body part that already has a lot going on. So the third layer in all of this is the silhouette of the top. As a general guideline, like I just mentioned, we want to stay away from anything that is too exaggerated. So we don't want exaggerated sleeves, we don't want an exaggerated neckline, ruffles, like balloon sleeves. All of this is going to just add extra volume to a body that already has enough to deal with. A lot of people with a fuller bust I have seen are so conscious that they tend to just wear oversized clothes thinking that they're making themselves look smaller. But my love, I just want to tell you that you are not making yourself look smaller. When you wear an oversized t-shirt or an oversized top, it's actually just hanging from the largest part of your body and it makes you look that big overall. So if you're trying to look smaller, size down. Wear a silhouette that's actually cinching your waist, and that's going to make you look smaller if that's your goal. So try wrap tops, try peplum tops. They do a great job in emphasizing your waist. Same time, don't confuse an empire line to a peplum because an empire line actually just hangs from underneath your bust. That's a style that's very famous in Bridgerton, but it's not one for the fuller busted girlies. It doesn't flatter our body in the best way. Remember, styling is all about creating balance. In this segment, I also want to add the length of your top actually has a huge bearing on how flattering the top is going to look on you. A shorter top usually tends to look better than a longer top because it balances your body, makes your legs look longer. So opt for a shorter top, but I do not mean a crop top. Look for a top that ends at your waist, or tuck it in a way that you're able to emphasize your waist, and that's going to do a great deal for how good the top is actually going to look on. The last thing that I keep in mind while I'm shopping for a top is the print or pattern on the fabric. As someone who has a lot of volume going on already, I avoid large prints. What large prints do is it makes the surface look larger. So when you're wearing tops, opt for smaller prints. They look neater and they make your upper body look more contained. Whereas if you go for really large prints, it can tend to look more volumizing. So what we're going to do is, I have Myntra open here. I'm going to go through some of the tops that are here and we're going to discuss the checklist and see if it's a fit or not. We're here. So the first one, obviously no, because of the cap sleeve. Then you have a boat neck going on there. So that's a no. Then the second one on the side, it has this wrap situation going on and cap sleeves. It's a no. It's also more of a crop. It's a no. The third one, this black H&M full sleeve thing, it's absolutely yes. It does have a high neckline, but see how it has this knot situation at the waist. It emphasizes the waist and it has long sleeves. It's going to look good on you. This one is a no because that neckline, it might be V, but it goes in like this. It's going to show a lot of your skin that you might not want to. This white square neckline top, it's going to look really good because it has square neckline. It's elongating your neck here. It has long sleeves. Moving on, let's talk about this cape sleeve top that's going on here. For me, it has a boat neck, so it's a no. It has a lot of volume here, so it's a no. Style tops like this don't usually work. Mango white asymmetric top. So what does it have going for it here? It doesn't have a boat neck, but it has an asymmetric neck. When I was talking about neckline, I missed mentioning, but the moment you introduce asymmetry to your neckline, it takes away from your bust, and it's such a short key to make sure that the top suits you. So in this top particularly, this asymmetric neckline is going to emphasize your shoulder. It's going to take away from the bust, even though the shorter sleeve is ending somewhere here, but because the other sleeve ends a little lower, it's going to balance your upper body. The asymmetry is going to take away from the fullness of your upper body. The top actually has gathers on the side, so it kind of emphasizes your waist. Short, really good option. It's going to definitely flatter a lot of fuller busted curls. I have another, this yellow top is going to look good. This polo neck is going to look good. It has shorter sleeves, but the collar neckline gives you this V here, and that's going to be very flattering, and it also has cinching happening at the waist. So I think now you probably get a hang of it. So these are the 4 things that I keep in mind while I'm shopping, and having this information in hand has done a great deal for my confidence, but it makes me feel good about myself because every time I'm buying something, it just works. If you like breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe because I'll keep sharing how stylists actually think when they're shopping so that you can grab the tips and tricks and feel more confident in your own body.